Hi guys, I'm back again today with 14 strange things only in the Netherlands that will shock you. And this is a travel documentary. So before we do start off, you can subscribe, click the bell button, and let's see what are the 14 strange things only in the Netherlands. So before we do start off, you can subscribe, click the bell button, and let's begin. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic, but I think it's because I'm using like the highest. Yeah. Whoa, whoa.
Always ranked among the countries with very high happiness indices, visiting the Netherlands offers you the chance to admire the flower sanctuary of Aalsmeer or a tulip bulb that's worth more than a house in Amsterdam.
What?
An adult entertainment district has thrived since the year 2000, with over 1,200 female staff taking turns performing behind windows. Can you think of any place in the Netherlands that fits this description? Have you ever thought about living on a houseboat in the middle of the city?
No.
Or cycling through a scene as enchanting as Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night? Get ready to be shocked by what's happening in the land of Windmills, a place of strange and unbelievable things, where everything seems to defy logic. When you think of the Netherlands, what colors come to mind? Most people
Orange.
would say red, white, and blue, the colors proudly displayed on the Dutch flag. But if you really want to understand the Dutch, you've got to dive into their obsession with one particular color, orange. The story of the Dutch love for orange begins way back in the 16th century, with a man known as William of Orange, or as history remembers him, William the Silent. William wasn't just any historical figure, he was a revolutionary leader who spearheaded the Dutch revolt against Spanish rule in 1568. Orange became a symbol of unity, freedom, and independence, a reminder of the Dutch struggle and triumph. But let's move beyond history and into modern life. Every year on April 27th, the Dutch people put on what might be the most extravagant celebration of national pride anywhere in the world. It's called Koningsdag, or King's Day, and it's a day when the entire nation turns into a sea of orange. Imagine millions of people pouring into the streets of cities like Amsterdam and Rotterdam, all decked out in orange from head to toe, hats, shirts, wigs, sunglasses, you name it. Even the pets aren't spared from the orange fever. King's Day isn't just about looking the part, it's about coming together for one enormous national party. The streets are lined with orange flags and balloons, lively music fills the air, and people gather for outdoor concerts, flea markets, parades, and games. But wait, it's not just King's Day. This love for orange stretches beyond festivals. The Dutch have another national obsession: football.
Yep.
When the Dutch national team hits the field, the entire stadium transforms into a brilliant orange sea, thanks to the fans known as the Het Oranje Legioen, or the Orange Legion. Picture this: face paint, flags, and full-body costumes, all drenched in that same iconic color. Do you share a passionate love for the color orange like the people of the Netherlands? Comment yes or no below and let us know about your preferences. Have you ever dreamed of living in a place so serene and unique that cars are entirely unnecessary? Welcome to Giethoorn, a picturesque village in the province of Overijssel, Netherlands. Often called the Venice of the North, a village where streets are made of water. Giethoorn was founded in the 13th century, and it seems like time has barely touched it. As you float through its over 90 km of clear canals, you're greeted by wooden houses with thatched roofs, looking as if they belong in a storybook. Now let's clear up one of Giethoorn's most defining features: there are no paved roads. That's right. In this village, there's no honking traffic, no exhaust fumes, and no rush hours.
I'd like to live there. It looks so majestic. It looks like a fairy tale. It's beautiful. Um, yeah, it's just so calming and healing and peaceful, like I already said.
Instead, punter boats, flat-bottomed, Easy-to-navigate vessels drift through the canals, propelled by a gentle push from long poles. The absence of roads isn't just a quaint feature, it's part of the village's centuries-old heritage. Giethoorn was built on peat islands, which were dug up to create canals and transport the material. Over time, this way of life became its defining character. Giethoorn has found its way into the hearts of many filmmakers and artists, and it's easy to see why. This village has been featured in films, postcards and travel videos, often hailed as a hidden gem of the Netherlands. In this quiet corner of the world, you're not just a visitor, you're part of a centuries-old story. It invites you to explore in a way that feels almost magical. There are boat rentals available, and you can even try navigating the canals yourself on a traditional punter. A lively district for adults that has been thriving since the year 2000, with over 1,200 female employees taking turns performing behind windows. Does any place in the Netherlands come to mind? Let me reveal it to you right away. But before we get started, if you can help me in any way, just take 10 seconds to hit the notification bell and subscribe. It helps this channel a lot, and if you do, I'll do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Do we have a deal? This is the most infamous and historically significant area in the Netherlands, Amsterdam's De Wallen. Known worldwide as the Fun District, De Wallen is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. During the day, De Wallen blends in with the rest of Amsterdam's historic charm. But when the sun sets, the entire district transforms. The windows of the shops lining the canals light up, and red neon signs begin to reflect off the water, creating a pinkish glow that has come to define this famous area.
I always forget this about the Netherlands, to be honest. Like, we've reacted to so many videos, but I never come across once in a while, but I forget this place exists or it turns like this. I don't necessarily know exactly what is happening. Like, I know it's the red district and I understand what that means, but I don't necessarily know what is the product. Okay, so let me explain. Is the product like you can take the girl home, or is the product just like pole dancing? Is it sexy entertainment there, or is it like explain in the comments because I'm so confused.
The adult entertainment industry in the Netherlands has been
Really
legal and
not tell
regulated
us.
since the year 2000. This isn't some hidden or underground operation, it's part of an openly managed system that treats entertainers as self-employed professionals. Workers here must apply for licenses, pay taxes, and strictly adhere to Dutch regulations. De Wallen has been at the heart of Amsterdam's nightlife for over 6 centuries. The area spans about 1,810 square meters and houses around 370 entertainment shops, many of which operate 24/7 with over 1,200 workers rotating in shifts. One of the most iconic sites in De Wallen is the window houses. Storefront-like windows with transparent glass facades that allow passers-by to glimpse the entertainers advertising their services. These entertainment houses are tightly regulated. To legally operate, owners must register their businesses, obtain licenses, and follow all tax and regulatory requirements. On the other hand, the entertainers must be at least 21 years old and undergo annual health checks to ensure they are fit to work. Interestingly, most of the entertainers in this district come from a mix of places primarily Eastern Europe, Africa, and Asia. It is estimated that there are around 25,000 registered entertainers working across the entire country. Potential clients negotiate the price, usually ranging between $43 to $53 for a 15 to 20-minute session.
What is
Once an
this
agreement is
session?
made, the curtain is drawn, signaling that the entertainer is busy. Have you had the chance to admire the beautiful ladies performing behind the windows? Did they captivate you? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. When it comes to flowers, one cannot overlook the Aalsmeer flower auction. This facility spans over 100,000 square meters, equivalent to 20 football fields. Picture rows upon rows of flowers laid out as far as the eye can see, with workers and buyers buzzing around like bees in a hive. It's a sight that leaves visitors awe-struck, earning Aalsmeer its reputation as a sanctuary of flowers. Every single day, Aalsmeer welcomes millions of flowers, not just the famous Dutch tulips, but also a dazzling variety of roses, carnations, orchids, and rare exotic species imported from regions as far-flung as Africa, South America, and Asia. In a place like Aalsmeer, speed is everything. The auction begins early in the morning, and within just a few hours, all the trading is done. By lunchtime, these flowers are already being sorted, packaged, and shipped to markets across Europe and beyond. This efficiency means that blooms auctioned in Aalsmeer can end up on dining tables or in floral bouquets across Europe on the very same day. But it's not just the efficiency that makes Aalsmeer unique, it's also the auction system. Unlike traditional auctions where prices rise as buyers compete, the starting price at Aalsmeer is set relatively high and gradually decreases until a buyer accepts.
Oh,
It
interesting.
creates an electric atmosphere where buyers must act quickly or risk losing out on their desired flowers. This method isn't just efficient, it's thrilling, adding a layer of strategy and suspense to each transaction. It's not hard to see why Aalsmeer is regarded as a global powerhouse in the flower trade. What makes it even more impressive is that this entire operation happens with the utmost precision and professionalism, ensuring that the beauty and freshness of the flowers are maintained every step of the way. They say that if you visit the Netherlands and don't see the tulip fields, particularly the Keukenhof gardens, then you haven't really experienced this country. Often called the Garden of Europe, located in the charming town of Lissy, Keukenhof is one of the largest and most renowned flower gardens in the world. Spread across a vast 79 acres, Keukenhof is home to over 7 million tulip bulbs and thousands of other spring flowers. From mid-March to mid-May, the garden opens its doors to visitors from all around the globe, inviting them to explore its enchanting landscapes. Imagine walking along winding paths where every turn reveals vibrant carpets of tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths, arranged in artistic displays that highlight the creativity of Dutch gardening. Visitors often describe it as stepping into a fairy tale world where nature has become art. But here's a fascinating twist: tulips aren't native to the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah,
They were
I
actually
knew
brought to
this.
Europe from the Ottoman Empire in the 16th century. Initially, tulips were planted in the gardens of the wealthy, seen as symbols of luxury and nobility. But this delicate flower's journey in Dutch history took a dramatic turn during the 17th century with an event that has been immortalized as tulip mania. Tulip mania was one of the world's first economic bubbles, a period when the value of tulip bulbs reached astonishing levels. At its peak, a single rare tulip bulb could be worth more than a house in Amsterdam. Traders and growers scrambled to own rare and unique varieties, with the Semper Augustus bulb being one of the most coveted for its distinct red and white petals. However, like all bubbles, this one eventually burst, leading to a rapid collapse of the tulip market.
Mm.
Despite the economic frenzy that surrounded these blooms, tulips left a lasting mark on Dutch culture. They came to symbolize the country's creative spirit and its historical connection to global trade and exploration. To this day, tulips continue to be a beloved part of the Dutch identity, with Keukenhof Gardens serving as a grand showcase of this national pride. Over the years, houseboats in Amsterdam have gone from being a stopgap measure to becoming a symbol of innovative, nature-integrated living. In Amsterdam, houseboats come in a delightful array of shapes and sizes. Some have a vintage, classic charm, with wooden frames and traditional interiors, evoking a nostalgic feeling of old-world charm. Others embrace a modern aesthetic, boasting glass walls, sleek designs, and even green rooftops where residents can grow plants or enjoy a morning coffee under the
Oh,
sun.
I want to see that.
Each houseboat tells its own story, with some serving as cozy homes for families and others as luxurious apartments complete with all the amenities you'd expect in a high-end residence. The creativity doesn't stop there. Many houseboats have gardens, rooftop terraces, and sunbathing decks, offering a taste of tranquility in the middle of the bustling city. What's it like to live on a houseboat in Amsterdam? It's surprisingly comfortable and eco-friendly. The city has invested in developing separate systems for water supply, electricity, and waste disposal specifically for these floating homes,
Oh, okay.
ensuring that residents enjoy the same conveniences as those living on land.
I want to know more about that actually. Like, how does that work? Do they wait and then dispose it somewhere, or does it go in the water? I hope not. I think it's disposed out somewhere, right? Or do they go to specific, like for example, let's say example only. Like look at my cursor. Like for example, there is this like place like this, and then you just hook your hose and then you get water and then you take shower and then it goes back somewhere and then vice versa. you hook it to, like, let's say the orange one if you want to, you know, and then flush it and it will go inside. I don't know. I've been asking this question because we reacted to some boat houses, and like I said, it's not for me. Um, yeah, but it seems very interesting. If you ask me to stay in one overnight, probably, and then I'm good. I'm not even the biggest fan of a cruise. Anything on water is not for me, okay? I do not like the joke about that, okay? Is black people don't like boats or ships and all that. It's a joke, okay? But it could be real. It's because of the, you know what? You guys get the joke.
For locals,
So yeah, I
waking up
don't
to the
like
gentle
boats.
rocking of the canal and watching the swans glide by is a routine that feels far from ordinary. The charm of houseboat life isn't just about the views or the novelty of living on water. It's about being part of an urban landscape where modernity coexists with history, and the city's heartbeat is heard not through the roar of cars, but the quiet murmur of water. In this setting, Amsterdam offers a lifestyle that blends comfort, nature, and a bit of adventure, something that has attracted both residents and travelers for decades. Most international borders are clear-cut, marked by fences or checkpoints. Not here. In Baarle-Hertog and the adjacent Dutch town of
Mm,
Baguio, the boundary is so
we
complex that in
know.
some places, white crosses are painted on the ground to show where one country ends and the other begins.
Belgium
This
and
can lead to
Netherlands.
some amusing and mind-bending scenarios. Imagine sitting at a restaurant where your table is in the Netherlands, but by switching to another seat, you're suddenly in Belgium. Baarle-Hertog is technically part of Belgium, but it's fully surrounded by Dutch territory. In contrast, the neighboring Dutch area of Baarle-Nassau also contains several Belgian enclaves within its borders. These enclaves and counter-enclaves give the border a chessboard-like pattern, making it one of the most complex borders in the world. What's truly remarkable is how this border runs through buildings, creating houses that technically belong to both countries. For example, you could be in your living room in the Netherlands and just a step away from your kitchen in Belgium. Here's where it gets even more interesting. In Baarle-Hertog, the law of the land depends on the location of your front door. If your front door opens to the Dutch side, you follow Dutch laws. If it opens to the Belgian side, you're under
That's
Belgian jurisdiction.
so interesting.
This has
What if
led to
it's
some
like,
creative solutions in the past. Homeowners have been known to move their front doors to switch jurisdictions, sometimes to take advantage of more favorable regulations or lower taxes. This peculiar arrangement has also led to some unusual challenges for businesses. Take a simple example: public holidays. Each country observes different holidays and has different store opening hours. This has led to situations where a store could remain open on a Dutch holiday because technically it's on Belgian land, and at night you might see a bar on the Dutch side closing up while the bar just across the street on the Belgian side stays open, creating a lively yet slightly surreal scene. Have you ever imagined cycling through a scene as enchanting as Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night? In the Netherlands, this is not just a dream, it's a reality. Located in the small town of Giethoorn in southern Netherlands, the glowing path is an innovative tribute to Van Gogh.
mm,
Designed by Dutch artist Dayan Roosgaarde, this glowing bike path is an artistic marvel inspired by Van Gogh's famous painting. Roosgaarde sought to create a space where
um,
people could experience the dazzling beauty of a starry sky while cycling away to connect art with everyday life. And what better place to honor Van Gogh than in his homeland? The 1 km long path is embedded with thousands of glowing stones that absorb sunlight during the day. As night
oh,
falls, these stones softly emit a twinkling glow, recreating the starry brilliance of Van Gogh's painting. The path's glowing stones are equipped with LED lighting systems that work in harmony with natural light. During the day, the stones absorb sunlight, and by night they release it gradually, creating a subtle and enchanting glow. This self-illuminating pathway not only provides a unique visual experience but also saves energy. Instead of relying on traditional streetlights, which consume electricity and contribute to light pollution, these stones offer a green alternative that blends seamlessly with the surroundings. This clever design reduces electricity consumption and minimizes environmental impact, aligning with the Netherlands' commitment to sustainability. It's an approach that embodies the Dutch philosophy of integrating innovation and practicality to improve daily life while preserving the environment.
I'm a
Did you know that the Netherlands doesn't just prioritize the well-being of its people, but also shows a deep commitment to its wildlife? This small but innovative country is at the forefront of environmental protection and biodiversity conservation, with a focus on keeping its wildlife safe. One of the most intriguing examples of this is their extensive network of ecoducts, specially designed overpasses and tunnels for animals. Unlike regular bridges, these animal overpasses are carefully designed with trees, grassy areas, and vegetation to mimic the animals' natural habitats. It's not just about creating a way across, it's about ensuring that these creatures feel safe and at home. One of the most notable examples is the Natuurbrug, the world's longest animal overpass, stretching up to 800 meters. This impressive structure connects fragmented habitats divided by railway tracks, highways, rivers, and commercial areas. It's not just a bridge, it's a
Whoa, I didn't
lifeline
know
that
they.
allows species like deer, badgers, foxes, and even wild boars to move safely between forests in search of food, mates, or new territories. This thoughtful design helps these species avoid the dangers of busy roads while maintaining their natural behaviors and habitats. But the Dutch haven't stopped at large animals. They've also taken care to protect the smaller creatures that call the Netherlands home. For instance, they've constructed small tunnels under roads and highways specifically for frogs, hedgehogs, snakes, and even insects. One such initiative near Marienwaard has seen a remarkable reduction in frog and amphibian mortality rates, proving that even small steps can make a big difference. If you're ever exploring the Netherlands and you come across a grass-covered bridge in a forest, don't be surprised it's not a path for humans but a highway for the wild inhabitants of the green woods. This innovative approach reflects a core Dutch belief that humans and nature can coexist without one having to dominate the other. By creating these passages, the Netherlands is ensuring that its modern infrastructure doesn't come at the expense of its precious wildlife. When you think of water management in the Netherlands, one name stands out as a modern marvel of engineering: the Maeslantkering. Located at the mouth of the Nieuwe Waterweg River near Rotterdam, this colossal structure isn't just any storm surge barrier, it's part of the Delta Works, a series of protective structures hailed as one of the 7 modern engineering wonders of the world. Completed in 1997, the Maeslantkering features 2 massive gates, each stretching 210 meters in length, the same size as the Eiffel Tower laid on its side. These gates weigh an astonishing 6,800 tons each, making them one of the largest moving structures on the planet. But the true brilliance of the Maeslantkering lies in how it works. When not in use, the gates rest quietly in docks on either side of the river, allowing ships to pass through the busy port of Rotterdam without disruption. However, when a severe storm is forecasted or sea levels begin to rise dangerously, the Maeslantkering springs into action. It takes just 2 hours for the entire system to close a rapid response compared to similar barriers worldwide, which can take several days to prepare. This efficiency is crucial, as every minute counts in protecting Rotterdam and the surrounding low-lying areas from flooding disasters. What's truly remarkable about the Maeslantkering is its automation. The entire process is controlled by an advanced computer system that continuously monitors weather conditions, sea levels, and environmental factors. The system analyzes incoming data and determines the optimal moment to close the gates, ensuring maximum efficiency and safety. In a country where nearly 1/3 of the land lies below sea level, mastering water management isn't just a choice, it's a necessity for survival. The Maeslandkering's impressive capabilities demonstrate how the Dutch have turned a geographical challenge into an engineering triumph. When you think of the Netherlands, iconic images of windmills turning above fields of vibrant tulips likely come to mind.
Yeah.
However, windmills in the Netherlands are more than picturesque landmarks. They reflect the ingenuity and resilience of the Dutch people. Windmills first appeared in the 13th century, becoming essential to Dutch life. These powerful machines transformed wind into energy for grinding grain, sawing wood, and pressing oil, supporting local industries and communities.
Did
Their
you
most
guys see the podcast that went viral when the guy was like, "Oh, I thought windmills were created to reduce global warming," which in fact it is the part of it is the purpose, right? But what he thought was they're big fans to cool down. Yeah, yeah, you guys already saw that. Yeah, okay.
crucial function, however, was
What's
water
wrong with me
management.
today?
With over 26% of the country below sea level, controlling water was vital for survival. Before modern pumps, windmills were essential in draining swamps and reclaiming fertile land, requiring technical skill and dedication. In a country shaped by its constant battle with water, windmills became primary tools for managing the landscape. By harnessing wind power, these machines transformed marshlands into productive farmland. This method, though labor-intensive, provided vast areas of fertile soil. Windmills weren't just practical, they symbolized innovation and perseverance, reflecting the Dutch spirit in overcoming environmental challenges. This spirit is perhaps best embodied in the Kinderdijk windmill complex in southern Netherlands.
Oh.
Kinderdijk is home to 19 windmills built in the 18th century, working together to drain the surrounding lowlands. These structures are architectural and engineering marvels, blending functionality with artistry. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Kinderdijk attracts millions of visitors annually, eager to explore these historic giants and their role in shaping the Netherlands. While most windmills now serve for display and preservation, some remain operational, offering a window into the country's resourceful past. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen.
Wow. Okay. Oh wow. The videos that appear on our screen are wowza. But anyways, these are, at least to us, not shocking. The one that was the most shocking was the one that we didn't know about. It was the Animal Crossing one. I didn't know that. That is really, really beautiful. And if I went there without knowing, obviously I'll be like, oh, interesting how these bridges have like grass on them. Very good, very smart. But I wouldn't have guessed it's for like animals, right? That is very innovative. But we know the Netherlands is that way. They always like think of ways to improve their country, ways to kind of like lower their effect of, how do you call this? Like pollution to the world. And yeah, I just like how smart they are when it comes to all this. And I never necessarily understood the red district to its fullest. I understand what it's there for, but I don't know what the services are. Maybe I'm just a little nosy and I want to know more. So, anyways, beautiful peeps, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you in our next video. Bye.